morning. All right, I'm gonna try not to talk too much, but welcome to a new video. Today we've got my Lbz. There's a build video on this truck from a past time, like 2 years ago. Not everything done to this truck's in that video. We did some more stuff after that, but this is gonna be another version of this build, and we're gonna start the teardown process today. So I'm gonna probably do some time lapsing and take you guys along for the ride. But all this nice blue powder coated suspension, most of it is coming out. So let's get this thing torn down. All right, y'all, so quick little update on the Lbz. I was working on it the other day, didn't film anything, but I'm gonna give you a quick look. I think I already showed you all the suspension out of it. I'm pretty sure we covered that. I gotta look back and see. But this is what we got to work with after everything's out of it. These are your factory brackets for your upper control arms. Factory brackets for your lowers are down there. This is a bump stop that's kind of connected to that bracket, and then this is the bracket for your strut. Well, actually in this case it's just a shock because these don't use springs, they use those torsion bars. So all of this stuff has to get cut off. I did it on the other side already, so I'll show you, because of the way the bracketry is going to come on for the bag kit. So I'll show you the bag kit, which is kind of like halfway mocked up over here. So as you see, cut those brackets off, I cut those brackets off, strut mount on the top is cut, that bump stop is gone, it's cut way back to there, flush with the mount for the lower arm. Lower arm is a fabricated lower arm that goes in the OEM mounts, where this bag bolts on to the bottom of it. Bag also bolts onto this bag mount plate. This bag mount plate gets welded onto the chassis right here. So we're gonna run some weld like that on obviously both sides. That's gonna bolt it to there, and then up here is where your new upper control arm is gonna go. So upper arm is gonna sit just like this. Upper arm's gonna sit just like this, and then obviously the knuckle's gonna sit right there. And then on either side of this control arm, once we get it in, I'm gonna have to put the bushings in. Once we get it in, we're gonna take these brackets, and that's gonna go on the other side. So basically kind of sit, this other bracket's gonna sit somewhere like that. We're gonna use the control arm to basically tack it in place before we weld it. And then the other side has a different bracket. Other side has this bigger one. This larger bracket goes on the other side, as well as this gets spaced between that, and this is going to be our shock mount. This is a look at what the lower arm looks like. This is obviously the bag mount right here. Bag just sits on that plate, and then here's the other bag mount that's for the other side that's out of the truck. Like that, sits on the chassis. Bag sits right underneath it. Pretty cool. It's a lot of work getting all this stuff off of the chassis, because obviously it's on there pretty good, because it's how, you know, your front suspension stays connected to your chassis. So It's a lot of cutting, a lot of grinding to smooth it out, but we got this one done, and I only hit myself in the finger with the flap disc 3 times. So yeah, let's try and hopefully we got them all out of the way so far, and then we can breeze through the other side. Because if anyone remembers, so this is like the same time of year that I was doing my 2nd gen last year, which also was getting built for LST, kind of like this one. Even though that was getting built like from scratch, basically, like it was like the whole project in one. This truck was already like mostly done, and we're just redoing it to make it different. But anyways, if anyone remembers, I was in the middle of the paint process on that truck, and I like to jump around like from different things here. Because obviously I have other things I have to do. So I jumped over to doing some suspension on a customer's truck and had a little mishap with a pry bar and like blew the tip of my finger out. And it was like a whole big mess, and I had to get like surgery on it, but it took me a while to get the surgery. So yeah, we're gonna try to, that was an ordeal. That kind of like halted my paint process a little bit. But hopefully we're gonna knock on some wood. We got a pallet over here. We're gonna knock on some wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And yeah, I'm gonna put on a glove, even though I had a glove on the other day when I was doing it, and it didn't really save me much because it kind of just went through the glove and then to my finger. So maybe I'll like duct tape a little piece of cardboard or something. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Anyways, I got some cutting to do, some grinding, and we'll see you guys when we see you guys. Maybe then later today I'll give you an update or something like that. But that's it. Bye. All right, LBZ update. I think the last time I videoed was when I was mocking up the front and taking it apart. Here's an update on the front. I can't remember if I showed you. Just waiting for the front bags to get here. All the suspension, control arms, and knuckles are powder coated. But a little bit of update on the back. Say hi to Moses. Where's Duck? Hey dudes. Update on the back. I haven't showed you any of this, but basically we made a custom 3-link with a one of them center beams. I don't know what you really call those, center bridge, but anyways, gooseneck ball mount in the center, bag mounts on the top. We got the bag mounts on the axle, and the way that this works is we got the 2 traction bars that were already on the truck. We welded those brackets because they were bolt-ons, but the same traction bars we had when we had leaf springs are our front links. And then the third member is this triangulated bar, because obviously if you see, we wouldn't really have any room for a counter bar because this thing goes all the way up. I'll jack it up a little bit to show you, but as you see, as this goes up, it basically just tilts the axle. So it works like this. As it goes up, it goes like this slightly, and then comes back down like that, because obviously those bars are pushing forward and this one is pushing backwards. So like I said, it kind of does a little bit of that as it goes up. Axle maxes out with these. That was full droop, what I just showed you guys. Chocks were basically holding it, so we didn't have to do limiting straps like I had to do on the pink truck last year. But basically that's it at full extension. We were just doing the exhaust, and then at full aired out or full compressed, these axles are gonna come into this notch right here and basically touch it. We're gonna put a small little bump stop in the frame down there, so that way it doesn't damage the axle when it touches it. But these bags will compress down to, I believe, 3 inches. So those bags will smush it up nice. The top of the pumpkin is gonna get nice and close to that mount for the gooseneck hitch. Funny story, oh, you can't, the truck's not in here, but that's out of a brand new Sierra that we modified. So we took that center piece out, so that way we're gonna have a nice drop-in style gooseneck ball. But yeah, so this bar across the back is what holds our third link. We got a Big Hitch Products behind roll pan hitch, so that way I could do goose or bumper pull. Yeah, you can see the top of the bags right here. Got the angle fittings, got the airlines ran over here. The bed's just about ready to go on. I'll show you the bed real fast. We cut a nice little hole in the bed for that truss, because it's gonna stick up. Kind of like when you see the like the bagged body drop dualies. It's gonna be a similar setup like that. Obviously we're not going as low because this is gonna stay on wide wheels, just like the pink truck was. It's gonna air out and basically drop the bed sides and fenders onto the top of the wheels. So we're not going as low as a body drop truck, but we're gonna go lower than, you know, what a normal 2500 chassis and axle could do, if that makes sense, which is why we had to raise that center bar, because the axle in the pink truck, I'll show you because it's on the lift, is obviously a lot smaller. The chassis is a lot smaller, being that it's a 94 versus a 06. So obviously this is small. It's almost kind of like a 1500 series axle. It's kind of dark down here, but this is full aired out, and see, we got plenty of room, and we even fit a pander bar. You got plenty of room down there. Well, we don't have that on the other truck because of the massive rear end and the, you know, big chassis. So we did what we had to do, and I think it's gonna be cool because now this truck's no longer gonna be useless. Before, it used to kind of hit the bump stops a little bit because I had it so low when I was driving, so I didn't drive it too much because it's kind of annoying. But now we're gonna be able to tow a trailer, so you're gonna see this truck pulling that truck or any of the cars or anything to some shows this year. Definitely want to get out and get that done. Get a smaller gooseneck because I only have a 40-foot goose right now. I want to get like a 24, so that way this truck will pull it real nice. And yeah, this truck's going to be at more shows because it didn't get out at all last year because I was busy taking that truck. And well, actually it came to like one show or two shows. Yeah, I went to AC and that enthusiast show. So it came out twice last year, but not as much as the pink truck did. So this is going to get out more this year because instead of having to take like my daily driver, which is outside over there, I am going to be able to take this and that instead of, you know, towing two trucks on a 40. I could just tow one truck with the other truck, and it makes my life easier, I think, and it looks cool. So that was basically the thought process behind this. The truck is going to be about 4.5 to 5 inches lower than what it originally sat at, and thinking about how much work we had to do to make it 5 inches lower than it was kind of gives me a bellyache, but it's going to look really cool. And yeah, so we're going to pop the bed on. I just wanted to show you guys all this before the bed went on because you won't be able to see it as much after it's all covered, besides the center link that comes through, but or the center bridge that comes through. But there we go. That's what we got. That's our story, and we're sticking to it. So we'll see you guys in the next clip when we get the bed tossed on. Hello everybody. So fast forward from where we left off, it's been a little bit. All those video clips were happening sometime around like January. It's now the last week of July. I never got a chance to finish the video as I was finishing the truck. Then we ended up getting it done just in time. I went down to Tennessee to Blake's show. Then I came home. I threw some new wheels on the truck, the ones that were supposed to be for the truck for LST. I don't know if I ever talked about that in the video, but I ended up missing a couple pieces for the lift and not getting the wheels in time. And we ended up not going to LST with the truck, which was the original plan. I'm sure I talked about it in the video, but yeah, we ended up not making it. So yeah, I threw it on the second gen's wheels, the polished Forces. Threw it on that to go to Blake's. Then I got home, I finally got my wheels. I threw those on. I took some photos and stuff of it. And then I went to, where'd I go with it? I went to a couple local shows. Yeah, I went to like 2-3 local shows. The dogs are joining us. They're excited. They love the truck. It's lowered just like him. He's got a drop kit on him. Oh, sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, here we are. Oh, the truck went to Atlantic City. This truck looks kind of useless and it looks like it's just a show truck, but I actually towed a trailer with it. Yeah, so I know it kind of looks like a useless truck, but I towed a trailer with it and it was really, really sick. So I towed the pink truck all the way to Atlantic City. It's not really, it's like 2 hours, maybe a little more. It took me like 3 with traffic each way. So that was pretty cool. And now we're here. It's just been sitting inside really dusty. I gave it like a half-ass wash the other day, took it to a quick show. But yeah, we're gonna do a quick overview of this truck just to end this video out. Someone on TikTok asked me where they could see a build overview. So I'm gonna go over the whole truck, not just what we did in this video, do quick talk about everything that's done to it. So for starters, Started out, there's videos of the original build. You can actually see those if you go back, like way back, because I did this original build in like 2022, I think, or something like that, maybe 23. Bought the truck in 22. It was a 3500 dually, 4-wheel drive, obviously. And yeah, I single wheel swap. I know everyone's gonna complain, you should have left it a dually. Sometimes I think I should have left it a dually. If I knew this was gonna be the outcome of it, I might have left it a dually. To be honest, it was supposed to be like a daily driver, and I live in the city, so I didn't want a dually. And it rode like garbage because dualies ride like garbage. So I single wheel swapped it. We did the paint job. It's a full custom color that I made. It's a 4-stage candy blue, black pearl, kinda. I don't really have a name for it, but yeah. So we did that. I had it on a lowering kit, a McGoy's drop kit. So we just, in this video, as you saw, we did our custom air ride kit, front kit. I can't say it was custom. I bought the components for that kit that we used to make the front. I bought from Fat Fab's front kit. I didn't buy their rear kit. We made the rear because I had a lot going on in the rear already. I already had the rear axle powder coated. I was trying not to go too crazy. I didn't want to have to do a fabricated fuel tank because I do want to use this truck, drive it, and tow with it. So I didn't want to do a smaller fab fuel tank, and their 4-link kit goes inside the frame rails. So we ended up making a custom 3-link for the back. We ended up making a custom bag mount gooseneck ball hitch bridge for the back. The bed of the truck, it's all custom boxed out in aluminum. It's got all marine decking in it from a local guy who's actually about to do my boat right now. I just got the proofs like yesterday. So he's doing the marine decking in my boat like next week. But they did the marine decking in the bed of this truck. We had to modify it slightly when we cut the hole for the bridge, but it used to just be flat floor. And then on top of that, we've got sound system back there. Thanks to Kicker, supplied that to me. The truck went to SEMA in 2023. It was in the Alpha X booth. Kicker hooked me up with a sound system for the bed. So we got 10 6.5-inch marine speakers going down the sides. We've got 2 12-inch subs in a custom plexiglass box that I made myself. We got 2 amps behind there. We got an extra battery behind there. And then we just added, when we did the air ride, I added my air management, my airlift controller, and 2 compressors and an air tank all underneath there. So those are all tucked up in the back inside that box, the speakers stuff. Yeah, other than that, what do we got? We got under the hood, we've got a drop-in Dan's Diesel 68 turbo, not an S300 or 400 kit. Sometimes I wish I did an S3 or 400 because they sound really cool. But no, we just did a Dan's drop-in. We got some custom piping. We did their whole piping kit, all the intercooler stuff, hot and cold side stuff. And then I just added, when I did the bags, we added a bunch of stuff from my buddies at Custom Metal Shapes. They do a lot of cool battery covers, fuse box covers. They do a lot of stuff for Cummins. We're gonna use them on the Power Wagon build, I think. We're gonna do some custom stuff. But yeah, they're kind of local to here. They hooked me up with some battery covers and a fuse box cover. I also did a, did I use Whirly or did I use, I did someone's fabricated coolant tank. It might've been HSE, I don't remember, but, or HSP, but I don't remember. Yeah, so moving forward, that's what's done under the hood. Interior is pretty much stock. Got a Starlet headliner and a little sound system, but other than that, it's got stock cat eye Chevy cloth seats, which are the best seats in the world, most comfy. I want to change them for looks, but I don't want to change them because I am in love with them. I always wanted a cat eye because of that interior since I was like a little kid. So yeah, that's the interior. Exterior, as far as custom stuff, you know, the back's got a roll pan. We got some paint matched Recon tails. I haven't had Alpha X tails. I haven't got around to painting them because we've been so busy. And I don't know if I like those or the Recons better. But Alpha X also hooked me up with this. This was the first cat eye to have those headlights. It's in, you know, a lot of people's like product photo, like on their website thing. The truck, when it originally had the stock headlights with the amber reflectors on the side. But yeah, so I had the prototypes. They did all their test fitting and stuff off of this truck, which is pretty cool. That's why I went to SEMA with them for the headlights. Since then, I took them apart, color matched the insides of them, added clear reflectors because there's no, you know, yellow lights on the truck. So yeah, those are pretty sick. It's got a custom front bumper. Everybody wants to know where I got that front bumper from. I'm not gonna tell you, it's a secret. You can't buy one. I had one of the last ones. It's similar bumper to the bumper that we did for the second gen. If you see them on eBay, it's a scam. the person's using a product photo from the company that originally made these. If it's on like a gold and orange Silverado or an orange and white Tahoe or a gold or an orange and maroon Avalanche, yeah, those are fake and they don't sell you those bumpers. They just have product photos. It was a knockoff of these and they suck and you're not gonna get it. So anyways, there's that. I don't know what else I'm missing. I might be missing some stuff, but yeah, I mean, most important part of this video was the air ride system. That's an overview of the truck. I'm trying to think of anything I'm missing. Yeah, everything under the truck is all powder coated blue, same color like the bridge and everything is. Yeah, when I originally redid the suspension, I did like all new brakes and everything, painted the calipers, everything like that. Everything got new ball joints and all that stuff. Trucks, it's a low mileage truck. It's a 97,000 miles are on it currently, 98,000 maybe. It's an under 100,000 mile cat eye. It's pretty sick. Yeah, I shaved, it had cab lights because they're 3,500. Shaved those because they're ugly as sin. Cab lights really don't look good on older trucks in my opinion. Newer trucks, they look kind of cool because like they make nice sleek cab lights now. Like the High Country has like a nice sleek set of cab lights. That looks good, but the bubble top ones that came on this thing look terrible. Whenever I see an old picture of it with those on it, because I built the truck and I drove it around like that for a little bit before I got rid of them, which was right before SEMA. And every time I see pictures of it, I'm like, ew, what was I doing? But yeah, other than that, we got rock lights and stuff under it. It's actually got 38 rock lights underneath it. You can't really tell because it's so low, so they don't really project like a big truck does. But they're there. I really think that's it. I don't know. Other than that, if you want to see more of this truck, I post this truck a lot on like TikTok and stuff, or at least I have been lately because this is like my freshest like personal build, other than like the F100. But even this was done like more recent than the F100. So like this is my most recent personal build. So I do try to post it a decent amount. So if you follow me on social medias, you probably see it kind of often. I'm trying to take it to more shows. So if you see us at a show, I'll more than likely, hopefully be with this. Anyways, yeah, so follow us on all social medias. Give us a like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, comment what you want to see, comment what you like about the truck, any questions, anything like that. And don't eat yellow snow, and we'll see you guys in the next video.